I consider myself a warrior, and warriors have to be prepared for any enemy. In this case, my enemy is the bottlers. Why the hell do I have to get up so early in the morning?
Things are happening. Jean is the confident girl, I'm the careful girl.
Last year, my article, The Bottled Water Bylaw, to ban the sale of drinking water in plastic bottles, lost by just 7 votes.
Losing by 7 votes was devastating.
She believes plastic bottles are destroying the environment. First of all, that's not even true here in Concord.
I am going on this journey again. I live in Concord and I'm trying to get plastic water bottles banned.
As the seat of the American Revolution, Concord has a history of not giving in.
Concord fired the shot heard round the world.
Should our water resources be owned publicly or privately by corporations?
I mean, they have all their sharks. Shouldn't we have a couple of sharks?
Yeah. I'm so glad to meet you.
Protest.
The media attention that this issue would get by having a town ban the sale of bottled water.
I definitely had no idea it would be this big of a deal.
The bottles seldom get recycled, fewer than 20%.
I'm opposed to the bottled water ban. I think that people should be able to make their own choice.
Nature cannot defend itself.
They could try new tactics, much more tactics. They could spend a lot more money.
Well, they have tons of money.
Yeah, and they could use it.
I'm back with a bottle ban.
The litigation issue, can you talk a little bit about that?
The industry would feel obligated to litigate.
I was one of the 1,200 people arrested.
If bottled water is exposed for what it is,
the Poland Spring bottle with the poison sign on it,
market share will decrease rapidly.
Town meeting is very interesting. It's one of the oldest forms of government in the United States.
With all my heart, I ask for your yes vote.
As far as the spirit of Walden Concord, it's just here, and I think you come here, you can feel it.
People want to drink water, and as a merchant, it's my job to give people what they want.
It is prohibition.
But Concord, we have revolution in our genes.
It's all about free choice, boys and girls.
And I simply hope that those freedoms would be maintained tonight.
Well, I can't go through this again.
If you are in favor of the citizen petition, please raise your red voting ballots now. Keep them up if you would.
Sort of firing the second shot heard round the world. I'm going to keep on going because I'm too mean to die. I'm Jean Hill, and I live in Concord Green in Concord, Massachusetts. I want to be remembered as someone who accomplished something good for my town, good for my country, and good for my planet. Bottled water is a totally useless, unnecessary product. I'm determined that this bottle ban will pass. What happens is that once we do that, other towns will say, well, we can do it. If Concord did it, we can do it too, and it will spread like a stone in the water and the rings going around it.
Hi, I'm Steve Lisa. I work with the Metro West Daily News. This is where we print the Concord Journal.
Do you have the Concord Journal yet?
Yes, ma'am. Right on the bottom shelf.
Okay. You have the best butcher in town.
Thank you very much.
No, I need that penny because every penny helps.
Absolutely. There we go. You gave me one choice.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye-bye. Now, where did I park my car?
Okay, I'm Stephen Verrill. I operate Verrill Farm along with my wife and daughter as a partnership, and we produce a lot of vegetables for the local market, as well as a lot of prepared food in our farm stand kitchen. Vegetables we grow everything from asparagus to zucchini, with corn and tomatoes, of course, are the major interest to most people. The heat just breaks the cells on the tiny leaves or even the hair sprouts of weeds that you can't see yet, so that it gives the crop a chance to get out of the ground without weed competition. We're driving on a Mazzotti tractor. It's been specially designed for doing precise work with small crops. I'm opposed to the bottled water ban. I think that people should be able to make their own choice of whether they want to buy water and or plastic bottles or not. I don't drink it, never bought a bottle in my life, but I think people should be able to choose.
My name is Peggy Brace, lived in Concord for about 35 years. I presented an article at town meeting on the right to dry. What action can each of us take which would have a tremendous effect on the use of energy? And that's the question. The answer, my friends, is laundry blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The right to dry means that you have a right to try and save energy, where we're using so much of it and we're trying to look for more instead of conserving what we have. But as far as the bottle bill goes, it's in a bit the same way. It's the right to say that we should be conserving our water. Here's Betty White from television, and Jean Hill, who's into the bottle bill, and a sketch of me. This appeared in the Sunday Globe, Grand Ambitions. This is somebody who wrote about Concord ladies trying to change the world.
Good morning, Peggy. Thanks so much for having this party, Peggy.
Well, it's fun to sit on the stone wall and watch the parade go by.
I know, yeah. And you're so nice to have us here.
Well, I'm wishing you luck on
you know what?
down at town meeting. It's Patriots Day and all that, but let us love our country, but pledge allegiance to the earth and to the flora and fauna and human life that it supports. One planet, indivisible, with clean air, soil, and water, with liberty, justice, and peace for all.
That's pretty nice.
Right, but if there weren't any plastic water bottles for sale, it would force you to buy, a metal. If they sold a metal can there, I mean, I saw, if bikers come into town and they're like, oh, I can't get plastic water, fine, I'll buy a metal can at your store and then the store makes $10, and they fill it up with tap water, and then hopefully they use it.
Sure, that would be a way to
change the behavior.
Yeah, that's right. So, well, yeah, let's go see the parade.
There's no railings here. So
Yeah, okay.
You have to think global, but work at the local level to make things happen. And I guess within the town of Concord, I feel there's a good community that's supportive of environmental issues. This is the kind of place where we can get some of this stuff done. When I get out of line, Jean will tell me, and when I need to rope Jean in, I'll tell her. So I think there's a lot of mutual respect. We did become, you know, good friends over the past year. She's the same age as my mother, but I don't really think we have a mother-daughter relationship. Our hope is that people are noticing that the change is happening, and that when we walk in there this year, it's a foregone conclusion that as a community, we're ready to make this choice. As people said, oh, bottled water, you know, what a small thing, and you're not going to make a big difference. Even when you can make a small change, that small change can have a big impact. Nobody has gone as far as we have in terms of saying community-wide, no retail sales, no nothing of bottled water. I wasn't one of those women who didn't know how to balance a checkbook or anything like that. Probably one of my downfalls is I'm just way too capable. We can do this one. Come on. That's a good boy. You're a good boy. And in terms of visions of perfect worlds, I have no idea. I'm incremental on this whole thing, and I like to do little things and see where they take us. So, okay, I gotta ride this putt.
Good girl, good girl, good girl. Find your balance again. Try to keep around the corner. Your body gets up a little bit straighter. You can't do it. You have to establish your rhythm now. Okay. And because the window of opportunity for change has closed like 4 strides before.
I'm Jim Crosby, and at this point operate Crosby's Markets with my family. There are 6 Crosby marketplaces, mostly in small towns. We've been in Concord for 32 years. I think the bottled water, is here to stay. Half of what we sell is in plastics. Plastic has really replaced glass. To me, the ideal way is the curbside recycling, and I think Concord does a great job on that. I also think there's not a lot of litter around Concord, so I don't really think it's necessary in Concord, but again, I think these folks want to make some type of a statement, and I guess that's the direction that they choose to go in.
Everyone has their own field of dreams. It's symbolic, it's metaphoric. For me, it has no limits. My name is John Nichols, and I oppose the bottle bill. It's very simple. This bill is a gateway bill that threatens to take away our rights to choose what to drink, what to buy, and perhaps where to live. This scares the daylights out of me, and we have to rise up in opposition to it. I speak with the voice of many people who will show up at that meeting on the 24th.
This really has been a life-changing experience from last year to this year, to really see how large corporations really have a stronghold in this world, and mostly this country actually. I mean, just seeing how important this bill is, this ban to the bottled water industry, and how they have to come out so strong, especially this year after last year's such a close call. The Heath Bar. But I think with our determination this year, I think it should pass, and even if it doesn't, I mean, we've raised so much awareness around town, even nationally. There's been articles. I think there was a video on the New York Times website about Jean Hill, and that's amazing that this small town can make such a difference. I mean, that's the most important thing to me. Here you are.
Oh, you're mixing!
Hey, here's wait a minute, before you drink, here's the plastics recycling.
Yeah!
Which one?
Stairway to heaven!
Stairway to heaven.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't translate very low, very low.
Somebody had to say that.
Yankee Doodle.
You have to do Yankee
Totally Doodle. Never heard that version before. I know like 4 versions that I've never heard.
That's called the Guinness version. Cheers.
The Guinness version of Yankee Doodle. Brilliant!
Sitting right next. Yes, let's just focus on this.
Now, I guess Jill will want to sit here.
I think it may be close, but we'll see.
Hey, what kind of a bottle is that? This is thermal. I know, I'm kidding.
Jean, you speak first, then you're going to sit down.
And then
I'm going to help you back up.
Right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the third night of Concord Town Meeting. This is Wednesday, it's April 25th, 2012, and this is the 376th consecutive year that the citizens of Concord have met in the spring for annual town meeting. My name is Eric Van Loon, 95 Martha's Point Road, the elected town moderator. It is now 7:50 p.m. We have a pre-scheduled item of high interest, which is Article 32, which we will take up at this time. This is a citizen petition related to drinking water in single-serving PET bottles by law, and I would ask the petitioner, the motion is that Ms. Hill moves that the town take affirmative action on Article 32 as printed in the warrant. Ms. Hill.
Good evening. 2 years ago, I began this effort because my grandson, Mac, told me about the disastrous environmental effect of empty plastic bottles. Tonight, with all my heart, I ask for your yes vote so Concord will make the change for a healthier, more beautiful planet, Earth. Thank you.
Single-serve bottled water is the poster child for unsustainability. It does not belong in our community because we want products that minimally and wisely use natural resources to deliver something that we actually need. A yes vote tonight will make us the first town in the nation to ban single-serve bottled water community-wide.
Removing single-serve bottled water from our community is like driving an energy-efficient car, or riding your bike to work, or hanging your clothes out to dry. On behalf of future generations, we urge you to make this small change. We think it will make a big difference. Thank you.
Please identify yourself.
Jim Crosby. I operate Crosby's Marketplace at 211 Sudbury Road in Concord, and I've had the pleasure of being in town for 32 years. I mean, basically, Concord is the place where it all started.
where freedom is perhaps the most important thing. And I simply hope that those freedoms would be maintained tonight, both in commerce and in people's choice of what purchases they make. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Crosby. As I said before, there's no demonstrations of clapping or hissing. Either way, this is a deliberative body and not a pep rally.
I'm against the bottled water ban because it is prohibition. This reminds me of a communist country where dictators dictate to the masses what they're allowed.
Well, I can't go through this again.
If you can't say no to this destructive, totally unnecessary product, I think you have to say to yourself, there's absolutely nothing you're willing to sacrifice for the sake of our beleaguered planet. Democracy is not just about consumer freedom, it's about responsible self-governance.
Perfect. I stand alone, but confident. I feel the general push of many people who I've talked to over the past months about this issue. I've kept an open mind, and I do speak from the heart. It's all about free choice, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It's not about someone coming into town and telling us what to do, how to act, what to think, what to buy. Watch out, watch out. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
I'm a fascist.
Thank you.
Every dollar spent on bottled water is a dollar in the pocket of the industry to access another town's water. This article is revolutionary, but Concord, we have revolution in our genes.
I don't see anyone else at the mic, so perhaps we could call on Town Manager Chris Wayland and or others to answer them, and then we'll go back for other comments. Well, there's one more question. To be clear, if you are in favor of the citizen petition, please raise your red voting ballots now. And keep them up if you would. Why don't we rise? That'll make it a little bit easier. Rise and hold the ballots up if you would, please. Give everybody a chance to stretch as well.
This is a vote for the article, right?
Yeah.
It is close.
Please, it's not
Mr.
over.
Fisher, are the colors ready? All who are opposed to Article 32, please rise and hold your ballots high. The vote is 484 in favor of Article 32 and 403 opposed.
I'm delighted, and I couldn't do it without the help of Jill of
With
Hell.
respect to your fellow citizens.
Okay. Oh, good.
Oh, Jill.
All right, good
Thank
job,
you.
dear.
Well, listen, I couldn't have, I wouldn't be here without you. You know
I wouldn't
that.
be here without you, honey. This is the mutual admiration. You're the lefty,
You
I'm
got
the
the bullet,
righty.
you got the- you got
You're
the-
the creative idea
you got
girl.
the ball
I'm
rolling.
the practical get it done girl.
But she's
We're
the
a
one.
perfect match.
I know it. We're a team.
You got the ball rolling and she grabbed it and ran with it.
Yeah,
what
that's
happened.
right.
Oh my gosh,
Okay.
it's a good thing I had some free time.
Well, what are you going to do? Go to Italy with your boyfriend.
Oh, all right. Well, I got to play golf tomorrow, and then I got to bike on Friday. So those are my next
Well, I think you don't get enough exercise.
Yeah, you think? I haven't recently.
Well,
All right, let's go.
Okay.
yeah, well, I have to get disconnected.
Oh, okay.
So I'm supposed
Cut.